Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate, Linear Bounded Phenogram. I'm G, and we have unlocked the final, story of Linear Bounded Phenogram. And I'm really excited to see what's going on here, because after the last one was such an absolute gut punch, I'm ready for something momentous. So I'm ready to go. Abduction across 3 worlds. Notably, it is not the Okabe chapter. It's the Kyoma chapter. Let's go. Oh my god, 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 the hype. Abduction across 3 worlds. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Sorry, I'm emotionally compromised. Wait! That was the same flash that happened at the end of Moeka's chapter. What the hell? The usual discomfort. The usual unpleasantness washes over me. I groan instinctively. I return to the cell phone held tightly in my right hand back to my pocket, and rub my temples with my left hand. Where am I? I mutter to myself as I look around. The lab. The lab, right. Usual scenery in the room with me. Usual. The usual. But what is the usual? How do I know such a thing? My memories are muddy and unclear. Everything seems so hazy, my thoughts elusive. Atop the table in the development room was the usual X68000, an old-looking CRT monitor. The monitor is powered off. I slowly move in front of it and peek into the depths of the black screen. Who are you? I ask my face, reflecting off the monitor. I am Okabe Rintaro, someone said. The person who said it was me, of course. I can't shake this odd discomfort. The face that I see in the reflection doesn't feel like it's my own. I mean, it's my reflection. It's undoubtedly my own face. I understand it in my head, but for some reason... Who are you? I ask once again to be sure. I received the following response. Wrong. I am not Rintaro Okabe. The voice flowed out of my mouth naturally, as if someone is controlling me. I am. My true name is... Hoin Kyoma! My loud, maniacal laughter made the knot inside my chest swiftly melt away. The usual dignified velvet voice felt natural to my ears. Yes, as usual, nothing has changed. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, aka The Lab, and I am Okabe Rintaro, aka Hoin Kyoma. Reality as usual, a theorem that needs no proof. I pull my cell phone out of my pocket and put it to my right ear. It's me. I sustained a powerful shockwave attack from the organization, but I'm okay. I managed to reflect it. Please, it's hardly worth your concern. It's nothing compared to the brainwashing weapons of the apocalypse of Gallia. No need to worry. No problems here. Yes, understood. L. Psi. Kongru. Really? Are there really no problems? I once again look around the room. It's strange. Why isn't anybody here? Pull out my cell phone again to check the date and time. Friday, August 13th. The time is 4 p.m. on the dot. I'm pretty sure Kurisu and Daru were here at the lab at this time. What about Mayuri? Where was Mayuri again? As I dug further into my memories, another strange sensation consumed me. How did I not know that today was August 13th? Furthermore, how did I know that Kurisu and Daru were here at the lab at this time? I don't know something that I should know, and I do know something that I shouldn't. It's contradiction, my discomfort. I'm starting to get a bad feeling. The inside of my head was still hazy, and my memories were unclear. It's fine. I'm fine, there's no problem. I reassure myself, walking in front of the refrigerator. At times like this, the best thing to do is chug a drink for intellectuals. Doing so allows me to stimulate the gray matter cells in my brain, eventually making everything clear. I open the refrigerator door and pull out a nice cold can of Dr. P. I am not trying to make gulp sounds. Ah! Fresh flavor pierces through the back of my nostrils as I let out a breath. Never mind, that was an awe of enjoyment. Dr. P will never betray me. And I will never betray Dr. P. As fellow doctors, we may be rivals, but we have acknowledged each other's accomplishments and formed a true friendship. With these relatively useless thoughts filling my mind, I flop down on the couch. But when I do, something suddenly enters my vision. It was placed on the table in front of the couch. What's this supposed to be? I understand that it's a sketchbook. I can also see what was drawn in the sketchbook, a character that might appear in an anime like Rainet Kakadu. Perhaps I should have asked, what is this doing here? As I skim through its pages, I see dozens of other illustrations. Each one must have been drawn by a different artist, as each character had their own distinctive touches. Was something like this ever here? The corner of my brain throbs painfully. I take another swig of Dr. P to drink away the pain. Moments later, my cell phone rang. With the Dr. P in my left hand, I dig down into my pocket with my right hand. I chain his what? I chain his snake for Sheena. You know what? In DB locker. What? What? What is this? No, I know exactly what it is. This is clearly a ransom note. Mary has been kidnapped. She's been abducted. Just then, the entrance door opened. At first, thinking an enemy had broken into my sanctum, I took a defensive stance. But I was mistaken. Returning home without a care in the world, We're back!
I'm spent.
Where were you? What do you mean, where?
Shopping.
Shopping? At the party that you were calling the development summit or something?
That's where Mike said she and I went out to get some snack.
Daru suddenly screamed. Daru tossed the shopping bags to either side of him and ran over to the table, looking pale. Grabbing the sketchbook with both hands, his shoulders tremble.
Oh, come in! What is this?
Daru opens the sketchbook and holds it out towards me. It was so drenched in a dark, dirty liquid that it seems the liquid would start dripping out if he squeezed it. The liquid had been absorbed into the paper, making it shriveled and weak. It seems like I accidentally dropped the can of Dr. Pepper on it when I looked at the message earlier, which caused the liquid inside to spill onto the sketchbook.
A treasured scab.
Scab?
I'm obviously talking about the textbook, SMH. Oh, it's over. Completely over. I hereby announce the end of Future Gadget Laboratory.
What in the world are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have to explain every damn thing to you, Ocarine.
I was about to ask again, but I refrain. No matter. Indeed, that does not matter at all. Right, now what's more important? Look, Daru, I'm sorry about the sketchbook, but please listen to me. Actually, it's quicker if you see it for yourself. You too, Christina. I open up my inbox and hand my cell phone to the two of them. Daru and Kurisu stand shoulder to shoulder and look into the tiny screen. Their faces gradually grow pale. Daru speaks, his eyes wide with horror.
Does this mean
that Mayuri was abducted? Yes, I believe so.
Like DB Locker? Are they talking about the lockers in front of Daibiru?
They're saying they want us to put you-know-what there in exchange for Mayuri.
What is you-know-what?
I don't know.
You don't know? If you don't know what you-know-what is, then Meishi will be...
Shut up! Can't you see I'm trying to figure it out? You have any idea who the perpetrator might be? I do, but only one. The Rounders. If they are responsible, I can safely assume that you-know-what is. The IBN 5100. Wait, hold on. How do I know this? I grimace as my headache surges once again. Okabe, do you know something? Unfortunately not. I thought it better not to talk about my idea just yet. I couldn't be certain, and since my memories were still foggy, I didn't think I could adequately explain my rationale. What about you two? Do either of you recognize the account name attached to the email address? I chained his snake? Kurisu and Daru stand there with their arms crossed, their eyes wandering as they thought, but eventually they both shook their heads. Broken English roughly translates to, I restrained his snake, but that's not exactly helpful.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly narrow things down.
We have a lead, I'd say it's that this is a D-mail. Huh? Look, 36-byte text messages split into 3 separate messages, right? Snag my cell phone out of Kurisu's hands and check the text message inbox again. Sheena, you know what? In DB locker. Are you telling me you didn't notice?
What nonsense! Of course I know. How
can you laugh like that during an emergency situation?
Precisely because it is an emergency.
I squeeze my palms tightly so as to hide the trembling of my hands.
So, does that mean this ransom note was sent from the future?
Apparently.
Why? How? Are you saying the perpetrator used the phone wave in this lab at some point in the future?
I don't know! Which raises the question, has Mayuri already been kidnapped? Possible that the past from the future's standpoint is still the future from the present standpoint, right?
Japanese, please.
Listen, if the ransom note was sent as a D-mail, then Mayuri will be abducted soon.
I see, then that would mean... Have you called Meiji, or tried to get in touch with her somehow?
Are you kidding me? I couldn't help it, I received the message just moments before you guys came back. Then hurry up and call her, hurry!
Yes, ma'am.
Address book, Mayuri. Wait a second, what does that sound?
Sounds like Meishi's cell phone.
A ringtone. Following the sound, we scour the office for its source. It doesn't take long to find it. When I removed Upa cushion from the couch, there it was, Mayuri's cell phone. That idiot, she left her cell phone! This isn't good.
Why don't you try calling Ryukishi?
Great idea, my dude. Hello, this is Ushibara.
Rukuko, is Mayuri there with?
I'm afraid I can't pick up the phone right now.
Damn voicemail.
So please leave a message after the beep.
It's me, Kyoma. I'm looking for Mayuri. When you receive this, call me ASAP.
Voicemail? Yeah. Silence descends. We hear the sound of cicadas from somewhere. A motorcycle passes by outside the window. As that sound faded, Daru spoke up.
Hey, why don't we try contacting the kidnapper directly? We know that their address is iChain is Snake.
The iChain is Snake that sent the message is the iChain is Snake of the future, isn't it? Wow, what a long boring name. We'll just call them ICHS for now.
X.
X? Their initials, ICHS, X. Also sounds like X, an unknown variable.
Anyway, I think we should try sending a message.
I agree. At this point, we have no other leads. I think trying to observe the enemy's movements is a sound strategy.
What should the message say?
Maybe just simple, I want to talk would be enough. I mentioned a thing about my area or you know what. I couldn't decide. Should I or should I not send X a message? Or if contacting them causes something to happen to Mayuri? Of course, we don't know if Mayuri has been kidnapped yet, or whether she'll even be kidnapped at all. But it's clear that something poses an imminent threat to Mayuri. I don't think this message is just a prank. For one thing, it's a D-mail. I send it across time. It seems certain to me that something terrible has happened, or is about to happen. That also means that waiting around doing nothing won't guarantee Mayuri's safety either. Besides, the idea that someone other than the lab mem sent this D-mail, something we've glossed over because of the immediate threat of the ransom note, is troubling as well. This is a dangerous situation that could have major impacts on the history of the world. We've got to find out who X is, no matter what. There was only one response I could give. Understood. A chain is Snake. Who are you? I want to talk. I wonder how long it's been since I sent the message. 5 minutes? 6? 7? Still no reply. I watch the second hand of the clock on the wall tick the time away. There's nothing to be gained by sitting around waiting. We need to action. Kursu spoke as if to dispel the heavy atmosphere that had overtaken the room. I'll go check out Yanbayashi Shrine, so Okabe, you keep an eye on the coin lockers. The kidnapper may show up.
What about you-know-what?
Well, if we don't know what it is, there's not much we can do, right?
You want me to go empty-handed?
If you don't like it, why don't you take a box of sweets with you?
What about me?
You stay here, Hashida. Mayuri might come back.
Okie dokie.
Okay, call me if anything happens. I will do the same on my end.
Roger that.
On my response, Kursu left the lab. Thought of following her out, but I stopped right before I opened the door and turned around. There was something I had to confirm.
What's going on?
I'm just checking on something. I deflect his question and move into the development room. I turn to the shelves to see a big, recognizable cardboard box. Inside it was the IBN 5100. It's here in this world line. I breathe a small sigh of relief. But if this really is, you know what, we're going to be in some real trouble. Anyway, there's no way I could let this fall into enemy hands. After returning the box to its proper place, I hurry out to the coin lockers in front of the Daibiru. It has been about an hour since I started my surveillance. I hid in the shadows, watching closely. There was no sign of Ix. I already received a call from Kursu. Duko was, in fact, at Yanbayashi Shrine. Apparently he couldn't pick up because he was in the bathroom. That's not important. Problem is what Kursu said after that. Mayuri wasn't there. I swallow my saliva. As loath as I am to admit it, the fact made the ransom note significantly more credible. Could Mayuri not have been kidnapped on her way to Yanbayashi Shrine? Kursu said that she'd check other places where Mayuri might go, and hung up the phone. My heartbeat accelerates. My stomach starts throbbing in pain. Just a moment later, Rukako called. Makise-san told me everything. I got your voicemail too. I'll help you look for Mayuri-chan. Rukako spoke with worry in his voice, which only made me feel more restless. After I'd finished my conversation, I heard a cell phone ring. But it wasn't mine. It was Mayuri's. I guess I unconsciously put it in my pocket after finding I found it at the lab. Caller ID displayed Rukakun. Kursu probably didn't mention that Mayuri had left her cell phone behind. That's why Rukako was calling. I didn't pick up. I thought it better to preserve the remaining battery. It's possible Mayuri's phone might receive a more critical party. I wanted to save the battery, just in case. Afterwards, I tried calling Ferris, but she didn't know where Mayuri was either. I asked Daru to check on Mei-Queen Yanyan, but his luck wasn't any better. When I called Mayuri's home, her mother picked up. She said Mayuri hadn't come home yet. I decided not to mention Mayuri's abduction to her, so as not to scare her. All of this has happened in the last hour. Take a bite of the sweet red bean-filled unpan in my hand and wash it down with packaged milk to mitigate my stress. Another 5 minutes pass. Nobody who looks like they might be the kidnapper arrives. Throw the rest of the bread in my mouth and down the remainder of the milk. All that remained in my hand were the wrapper from the bread and the empty pack of milk. In other words, trash. I looked around for a place to throw them away, but couldn't find a trash bin anywhere near. Left with no other choice, I twist the bread wrapper and the milk pack together into a stick shape and stick the garbage stick into the pocket of my lab coat. As I did, my fingertips were greeted with something unexpected. Paper. A piece of paper is in my pocket. I slowly pull it out. It looked like an ad or something. An advertisement folded into quarters. What you'd call a flyer. On the flyer was written the following: 8th Regional Akiba Invention Contest. Grand prize, a whopping 3 million. Entry period August 1st to 31st, 2010. Let your innovation build the future. Grand prize. 3 million? Just then, someone hit me in the shoulder from behind. As I jumped and turned around, standing there was Christina. I really scared you. I didn't jump out of fear, I was merely taking a counterattack stance. You may just have not noticed, but I nearly struck you 3 times, stopping just a hair's distance from your nose. You're lucky to be alive. So where's Ix? Are you listening to me? Doesn't look like anyone's shown up yet. I nodded, lightly biting the inside of my cheek. Indeed, I can't imagine continuing to surveil this place will be very helpful. Why is that? Ix is likely waiting for us to contact them before they make a move. Unless they receive a message from us saying, you know what is in locker number such and such, there's no reason for them to be here. Besides, what about the key? They can't very well open a locker without one. Ix will most likely instruct us on how to hand over the key. That's when we make our move. Why don't you try it? Eh? Try contacting them. Send Ix another message. One that says, you know what is in locker number such and such. You want me to lie? Ursu nods. And suddenly the phone rang. Not mine, but my Aries. I pulled it out to see one unread message. From Rukako. I open it. And read the following. Where are you, Mayuri? Everyone's worried and looking for you. Please answer, Ruka. It was a message concerning Mayuri's safety. Perhaps he decided to send her a message after calling her so many times without an answer. It's certainly admirable. But, no offense to Rukako, it's not going to help us get Mayuri back. Kurisu, looking at my screen over my shoulder, also looks disappointed. I sigh and close the message from Rukako. And as I was about to put away Mayuri's cell phone. Wait! Kurisu stops me. Can I look at the message one more time? Not the message itself, but the inbox. I want to see the sender information. I comply and open the message's inbox. There were 4 separate messages. At the very top was the message from Nukako that we just received. But where are the ones below it? These 3 messages all lined up. What? D-mail. I knew it. There were 3 consecutive messages from senders not listed in her contact list, so I had a hunch. What do they mean? What? 3 messages, what do they mean? How should I know? They're obviously gibberish. Mean they're misconverted? Or encrypted? Encrypted. Get an unpleasant taste on the tip of my tongue. As if the milk I drank earlier had stuck to my mouth and gone sour. Who's the sender? Is it someone other than Ix? It's a different address, a different domain even. This one is from taboo.co.jp, so... It's sent from a PC. Think so. Do you recognize the name Sidekick? Shake my head without a word. She's asking me, then she probably isn't familiar with it either. Still. What the hell is going on? Would we be dealing with 2 consecutive D-mails sent by non-lab mems? While they may be consecutive, we discovered them in reverse order. This D-mail was received at 3:18 p.m., right? Whereas the one from Ix was... received at 4:03 p.m. Meaning that Sidekick sent their D-mail before Ix did. Hey. Shut up! Just pipe down for a sec, this is important! What the fuck? You looking for an ass-kicking? Excuse me? Put my cell phone in my pocket and turn around. There, a man stands shining in front of me, as if Gaia had whispered his beautiful purpose to him on the wind. Wait. I recognize this guy. I dig deep into my memories. As I stare at the man's face, squinting my eyes, a streak light descended upon me. 4D! Ix was you! Huh? Where is Mayuri? Where is she? I grabbed the 4D's shoulders, roughly shaking him left and right and back and forth. Isn't that 4 degrees Celsius? 4C? Whatever. Yo, fuck. Stop. Let go. Let go, man. Wait, what's going on, Okabe? Shut up. Just keep quiet. Who the hell is Mayuri? Don't play stupid, 4D. No, Ix. Who the hell is Ix? My name's not the 4D. The iChain's snake account name is yours. Admit it. Someone help me. This guy's crazy. Is that true? You really don't know? I fucking told you I don't know anything. 4D violently knocked my hands away from him when at the anything part. Translation on this part is not great. It creates a short distance between us. I lower my line of sight and see that 4D was holding something unsettling. Something like a crowbar. In fact, it was a crowbar. Crowbar, get hit, die. After this succession of thoughts bolt through my mind, I strike the "wait, no need to be rash" pose. Then I speak. Wait, no need to be rash. What do you want? Really don't know anything about the message. Okabe. Yes? What Ix sent was D-mail. Whether he's Ix or not, he wouldn't know anything about a message that won't be sent until the future, right? Yo, what are you two rambling about? Okay, so let me ask you one thing. No, let me see one thing. Your cell phone. Why the hell would I do that? I thought for about 2 seconds, then I spoke. You're always at the forefront of the street scene, so I thought you may have the coolest, most badass looking phone. It's a lie, of course. But the 4D easily fell for my ruse, relaxing into a grin and handing over his cell phone. His cell phone was a model that didn't support the carrier that Ix was using. We can believe him. I gave him an honest apology. I'm sorry about that. I had the wrong person. Wrong person won't cut it, asshole. Now, keep your cool. By the way, 4D. It's Shido. Oh, right. 4C. I knew it was some abbreviation of 4 degrees. Just forgot it was Celsius. Hold up. How do you even know about me? I know because I know. I'm not sure why. By the way, 4C, what are you doing here? That's my line. You've been looking around here for like an hour, right? You're getting in the way of my job. Get the hell out of here. Or else you'll end up swallowed by my infernal dark aura. Why is this job? Don't tell me Ix hired you and... This is wrong. I'm not hired by anyone. I'm the Lord of the Stylish. No one can ever dare challenge my Oh, fuck! That was sudden. 4C caught a glimpse of something over my shoulder and turned around and ran away. When I turned around, I saw a police car. It drove by slowly for a bit, then moved along as if nothing had happened. Who was that guy? I may have met him in another world line. What do you mean? Sorry, I don't really know. My memories are all foggy. I don't know what kinds of world lines I've experienced thus far, nor do I know what kind this one is. Actually, let me ask you. You know what kind of world line this is? Do you know Suzuha? Mane Suzuha. Of course, the girl that worked part-time at the Brown Tube Workshop, right? Worked? Past tense, huh? Well, she did quite a few days ago. What about Radican's satellite? I don't see how it's related, but it suddenly disappeared. Oh, of course. A heavy weight presses down on my chest. The IBM 5100 was in the lab's development room. That would mean that. It was just a guess, but when confronted with the reality in front of my eyes, my chest started to hurt. Is Akiba filled with moe? Huh? Wait, no need to answer that. I've already seen it on my way here. The town's filled with moe-centric shops. Animate, Tora Luana, Mandarake, Gamers, Lamtara, Melon Books, Asabit City. They're all here. So, what? Is Rukuko a guy? Ignore her question to ask my own. That's what I've heard, but that has to be false, right? No, he's a guy. Well, should be a guy, anyway. Otherwise, Mary's contact list wouldn't list him as Ruka-kun. If he were a girl, the name would be Ruka-chan. Okay. Percy responded, looking fed up. I couldn't understand 99% of what you just told me, but I do understand the remaining 1%. Saying your so-called reading Steiner was activated, right? You sent a D-mail in some different world line and found yourself in this one as a result. No, you're wrong, Christina. It's not that simple. But I must admit, I only realized it myself a little while ago. I lightly push up the bridge of the glasses I'm not wearing and continue. Listen carefully, assistant. I most likely time-leaped here. Moment of silence. Lucy froze like Villager A under a petrification spell, but she eventually let out a breath and spoke. You're lying. It's no lie. That's a joke, right?
It's not a joke. I traveled back from the future of this timeline to right before 4 p.m.
I mean, you used the time leap machine.
That's right.
Why? You said we wouldn't experiment.
I don't know why. I don't remember.
You didn't seem to have much trouble remembering when you were talking to that guy earlier. Seem to remember everything that occurred in other world lines.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know anything about this one. I pulled out the flyer from earlier and held it up in front of Kurisu's eyes.
Like, what is this flyer? The Akiba Invention Contest? I don't remember putting anything like this in my pocket.
And with the sketchbook. Something like that shouldn't exist in our Sacred Future Gadget Laboratory.
Mayuri, I don't remember any history in which Mayuri gets kidnapped.
I don't know anything.
As I finished my frustrated rant, Kurisu lowered her eyes and looked away sadly. An advertisement truck for a net cafe passes by, blaring its annoying message at us. Even after I had passed, things never really went silent. The bustle of the city bounced around in between the buildings. I failed.
Failed?
There was a mistake transferring your memory data. Copy and paste error. Maybe that your hypothesis was correct. Remember saying there's a possibility the memory data we transmit to the past could be fractured by some error, right?
Are you saying I have amnesia?
I don't know, but it is a possibility. At any rate, nothing is for certain. The time leap machine is defective.
No, that's not possible. It was working properly in the other world lines.
And I must have made a mistake in this world line. Must have produced some critical bug.
I look up to see a crimson sky. The night was slowly creeping towards us from the east.
Hey Okabe, I'll ask you one more time. You sure you don't remember anything before your time leap?
I nodded.
That's, well, kind of bad, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Like I said, you declared earlier that you wouldn't run any time leap machine experiments, didn't you? In spite of that, you used the machine to come back to just before 4 p.m. Meaning that we can assume something critical happened right before you time leaped. Meaning that probably forced you to use the machine.
My flesh crawls at her words. I felt every sweat gland on my body open up.
I know I'm being persistent, but try to remember one more time. What happened before you time leaped? Should I ask what is about to happen? If you don't know where to start, try starting with what you were doing at the time in this world line, and going on from there.
I look at my watch. It's 6:13.
What was I doing at this time?
That's right. I'm out shopping with you, Christina.
Shopping? For what?
The development summit. I decided not to use the time leap machine. We still wanted to celebrate finishing it, so we decided to throw a party and call it a development summit.
That's odd. Ashida and I have already gone shopping.
Yes, that's right. In this world line you have. But in the world line I'm familiar with, you and I were the ones to go do shopping.
What happened after that in your world line?
After we finished shopping and returned to the lab, there were 3 delivery pizza boxes stacked on top of the table.
3 of them? Who's going to eat all that?
Silly question.
Ashida put away most of it, didn't he?
Correct. Daru was the one who ordered the pizza while we were out shopping.
And what after that?
After that,
During the party, we left the TV on and heard an emergency news report.
Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote Sobu Kein Tohoku lines.
Oh no. What?
Oh no. Oh no.
What is it? What happened?
Memory buried deep below the others. The scar that I thought I had already healed resurrects vividly, as if gouging its way out of me. No. Wait. Don't panic, just calm down. That was from another world line, right? It didn't happen here, where we have a sketchbook in the lab and where I'm carrying a flyer for an invention contest. Well, I managed to convince my head I couldn't calm down the trembling in my chest. My heart is beating like crazy. Viscous sweat poured from my body. What do I do? I need to do whatever it takes to keep my area safe. There is only one thing to do. Email. I quickly take out my cell phone and call Daru.
Daru, it's me.
Green, did you find my Ishi?
Not yet. There's one way I can.
That is?
It's D-mail. I'll use D-mail. Wait, Okabe. Shut up. Daru, get the phone wave. Daru, get the phone wave dimmer to change. Ready ASAP.
Okay. When are we sending it to?
We're sending it to my cell phone. When was the last time you're sure my area was in the lab?
316. I checked my cell phone call history earlier, so I'm sure of it.
What do you mean?
I remember that when I was shopping with Mike Ishi earlier, I gave Meishi a call. Mike Ishi and I were arguing about which snacks to get, so he called Meishi to pick for us.
And you're sure she was in the lab at that time?
Yep, when I asked, you're not at Ukishi's place yet, she told me, I'm headed out in a little bit.
Alright, then send a D-mail to that time. I'll leave the math to you.
Roger, good thing we magic modded it.
Magic mod? What's he talking about? I asked, but he received no response. I had already let go of the cell phone, and seems like he's making preparations. Whatever, I know what I need to do. I have to write a D-mail. I decided to pour on my Erie cell phone, since mine was occupied with the call to Daru. Phone wave Chan. The recipient is, of course, the phone wave names would change. Here's my message. Keep Mayuri in to stop kidnapping. Okabe, you need to calm down and think about this. I am calm. You don't look it. The utmost priority right now is to secure Mayuri's safety. We still haven't determined that she's been kidnapped, but at this point the facts don't matter. As long as I send this email, Mayuri will.
Green, we're ready.
Alright, phone wave names to change. Activate! You hear the spattering sound of sparks from the phone.
Here comes the electrical discharge.
Roger. I take Mayuri's cell phone and press send. .4963624. Alrighty, and I think that this is a pretty good place to cut it. I am so curious as to what is going on here. How did he get here? Why is he here? What's in this attractor field? We've never been here before. I'm so curious. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. And I just need to scream a little bit. But for now, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, Linear Bounded Phenogram. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.